Yes, in the summertime, heat exhaustion and heat stroke are very important to avoid, but it's important to know why we get those in the first place and the difference between that and when your little kid has a temperature of 104 because they're sick. We have interesting information here from Oregon. This particular form came. We're going to visit about it. But first, we're going to talk about what the differences are in heat stroke, heat exhaustion, and in infection. Fevers are not created equally. No, we have fevers that are caused by things from inside us, like viruses, and our body's trying to fight them off and so increases our temperature to cook the virus. And next is when the outside is hot, like the sun, like right now. And that type of fever is a whole different thing. Why is that? Well, again, your body, like with your little kid, is trying to cook the germ. And what you want to do is give them lots and lots of fluid to keep them hydrated. If you try to cool them down, like put them in an ice bath or something like that, you're going to make them shiver, and then the body's going to get even hotter. But it's a whole different thing when you have the hot from outside, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But what about the heat that comes from the sun, the outside heat that can cause you to have a fever? Well, spoiler alert, little kids are at a much higher danger rate for having heat stroke and heat exhaustion, and we want you to know what to watch for. What's the difference between the two? Well, heat stroke, the skin will be hot and dry, and they won't sweat. Heat exhaustion, everybody will sweat and the skin will be cool. Now, everybody can be confused, kind of a little dizzy, acting kind of weird. And it's important to realize that if you ever see the beginning of those things, keep in mind anyone might become unconscious quickly. So there are several things that we will want you to do for your child. Back to what you can do to beat the heat. And again, we thank Oregon for this nice little handout. Well, you want to stay hydrated. That's probably the most important thing. Stay out of the sun as much as possible. When your little kids are starting to get hot and cool and cranky, be sure you're wearing lightweight clothes. Use that sunscreen. And above all, give that kid a hug.